Hi there. Hi. So, I was fresh out of nursing school when I had the honor of working in the cardiology department at Yale New Haven Hospital. It was an intense place. People were there because they were having heart attacks, angioplasties, or needed open heart surgery. So the patients I was caring for were facing their mortality in a very real and tangible way. As their nurse, the truth that I learned was that if I allowed myself to be vulnerable to their experience, there was profound wisdom shared. Over time, I noticed a pattern in my patients' process. They got quiet. They turned their attention inward. They reviewed their lives, and they searched for their truth. It was the rawest form of truth I have ever witnessed. No matter what walk of life my patients came from, they all came to the same conclusions. I should have spent more time with my family. I should have spent more time with my friends. I should have spent more time pursuing joy. Some people had deep regrets. One elderly man on our unit, as he was reviewing his life, became distraught. You see, he was estranged from his son. They hadn't spoken in years. And so he asked the nursing staff if we would help him to call his son and ask if he would come visit. And so we did. We helped him make the call. And we helped him with the words to explain to his son what was happening. You see, our patient was very, very sick. His heart was failing, and he was going to die. So thankfully, the son came the next day, and he came the day after that, and the day after that. And the two men sat in the room together, and they talked and they caught up on each other's lives. The son talked about his family and his work. And the dad, he talked about his retirement and just how difficult it had been to be so sick. Sometimes they just sat quietly together. Well, our patient did in fact die there in his hospital bed. And after his son had collected all of his belongings, he came up to the nurse's station, and with tears in his eyes, he thanked us for reconnecting him to his dad. He said he treasured the moments they'd shared together. And so these are the gifts of facing our mortality. But do we really have to wait until we're on our deathbed before we open to our truth? I don't think so. We're also distracted by the outside world, by work, our to-do lists, social media, comparing ourselves to one another. We spend our time obsessing about a past that can't be changed, or fretting about a future that we can't possibly predict. All we have is the here and now. But putting away distractions is hard, but it can be done. So I'm hoping you'll try something with me today. I'm going to ask you to get comfortable in your chair. Some of you may prefer to lean into your chair and allow it to support you. Others may prefer to sit up tall and use your abs to support your spine. Do what works for you. Going to let your feet stay flat on the floor and relax your arms to your sides, placing your hands where they're comfortable. And then very gently, going to allow your eyes to downcast. And you can choose to focus on a spot in front of you, or you can close your eyes altogether. The idea is we want to block out stimulation from the outside world. And just going to bring your attention to your breathing. Noticing each breath in and out. Now, distractions may arise. Thoughts may come into your head, or there may be noises in the room around you. And that's okay. You're going to allow them to move to the side and bring your attention back to your breathing. Noticing each inhale and each exhale. And noticing the sensations of each breath. Now on the inhale, I notice a cool sensation in my nostrils. It hits the back of my throat and drops down into my chest. On the exhale, there's a warm feeling that comes up from my chest, past my throat, and out my nose. So just going to stay with your breathing and allow your attention to turn deeply inward. And now to help you open to your truth, I'd like you to ask yourself the following questions. What really matters to me? Who is important in my life? Why are they important? What brings me joy? And how do I spend my time? Am I who I want to be? And what's one small step that I can take today to live my life in line with my truth? I'm going to allow your attention to remain inward and just notice what came up for you. If any of those questions were uncomfortable, perhaps it's your truth beckoning to be heard. I'm going to take a deep breath in and exhale. Going to begin to notice what it feels like to be sitting in your chair. Allow the sounds of the room around you to return to your awareness. And very gently open your eyes and come back to this community we've built here together today. So turning our attention inward can mean different things to different people. And it can mean different things to the same person at different times. It might be a simple breathing technique like we just did. It might mean time spent in nature where you can open to the expanse around you. Or it might mean closing in under a warm blanket. I trust you'll find what works for you. But I encourage you to do this regularly. I encourage you to do this regularly. Because to find your truth, all you have to do is get quiet. Turn your attention inward and listen. Thank you.